Let's talk relationships, shall we? So, today I'm going to be talking about two types of relationships, and these are just terms that I coined. We're going to be talking about the microwave relationship, and we're going to be talking about the stovetop relationship, which I also like to refer as the slow simmer relationship. So the microwave relationship would be a relationship that starts off like this. A handsome guy meets a gorgeous woman. They check each other's list, mostly superficial, surface level stuff. And they go out for a couple of dates, they vibe well, and they decide to progress into a relationship. And yeah, and the stovetop relationship would be a guy meets a girl with little or no interest to be in a relationship. They started as friends, you know. They develop like a deep connection, deep communication. You just get to know each other on a friendship level. And after they've gathered like enough information, they decide, is this, do we want to take this to the next level? And then they start a relationship. The downside of microwave relationships are like they go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like they get really hot and passionate. Have you ever warmed something in the microwave? You put it in the microwave for 1 minute and it gets like really hot. And then you just go to the fridge to grab a drink, water, something, and you come back and it's really cold. And you're like, what happened? That's exactly what happens in a lot of microwave relationships. Of course, the exceptions to the rules in every situation. But yeah, a lot of microwave relationships happen like that. When the passion dwindles, when the excitement goes down, when a conflict rises up in that relationship, the relationship just goes from here to here because there's no middle, there's nothing that breaks the fall. So this is 100 and this is 0. So they come from here down to here. So they go from strangers to lovers or partners, and then this conflict happens, and then they go from lovers to strangers again. Burns down, just gone. But the beauty, or I would say the upside of a stovetop relationship is that it's just like when you cook food on the stove or on the cooker. You have to put the fire on, you have to get the pot, you have to wait for the heat to start coming up in the pot. Then you have to put the food in the pot and you have to make sure that the heat comes up. It's slow and it can be nerve-wracking. It can need a lot of patience, but it cooks slowly so the heat actually penetrates and the food stays warm or hot longer. The benefits, I would say, of a stovetop relationship is that when the passion dwindles, when the excitement goes down and the relationship like suffers a conflict, because there is a middle ground before ground zero, the relationship can still thrive. So here is passion, here is friendship, and here is just strangers, nothing. A lot of marriages even go through this transition. There are times where the passion dies, the marriage comes down to the level of friendship. They can still keep coasting on that level and work their way back up to passion and intimacy again, instead of just going from here down to strangers and that's it, the ship just crashes. So in my mind, I would say that's the benefit. In this generation now, when people hear friendship or friend zone, is equivalent to saying bomb on a plane. Like, no, I don't want to be in a friend zone. And I used to be like that. I used to always love like microwave relationships because of course they're hot. They stroke your ego. They make you feel desired. You feel like, oh, I like this person. It's based on your preferences. You see someone that you like. They tick all your boxes. She's a baddie. She's this and he's hot and all of this stuff that will not really stand the test of time. It's just spicy and you think, okay, this is great. But as I've gotten older, I've seen the benefits, or I realized the benefits of stovetop relationships or the slow simmer relationships, where you actually have a season or some time of just being friends, getting to know this person on a friendship level, having deep connections. Because who hires anyone for a professional job where you just go from interview into your role? This is why jobs tell people to get trained. This is why they train you for 9 to 12 weeks or however long. Not because training is going to make you master your role, but it's going to give you some useful tools to minimize errors. Of course, like I said, the exception to the rules. So yeah, tell me, what kind of relationships do you like? Do you like microwave relationships? They start off hot and then they can just get cold really quickly. Or do you like stovetop relationships where you go from friendship and it just buys you time to get all the knowledge and the information that you need to make that decision if you really want this to transition to the next level? Let me know.